Welcome everybody. It's been a long time coming, but I am back on the T.A.C. account here with a brand new interview for you guys tonight. And I got one of my favorite team ups for the past year. They do Sergeant Frog Abridged and a Pokemon series that isn't done by One Kids Entertainment. I've got the members of the Midnight Frogs.
Oh, is that the cue to say hi?
Yeah, I didn't know
Hi,
if
everybody!
So,
You should probably mention those were one-shots and not a series.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I thought for some reason it was like a continuing series because I thought I saw like more than one episode up.
No,
You
yeah,
know,
there's two separate ones, but we crossed out the to be continued.
if
Oh,
there were more episodes of the original team in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Abridged, it would have been a series, definitely.
yeah. Aside from One Kid stuff, I think like that is still to this day probably one of the better Pokemon parodies that are actually online right now. So like I thought that you guys might have continued it, but would that be something you might consider if you do finish Sergeant Frog Bridge?
Not really, because, well, when we first had the ideas to do them, they were more of a, just a one-time thing. They were just like a quick idea that I had when I came home from school. Like, Thorn, let's do Pokemon, let's do this one thing. Why? Because, okay. And it's like, okay.
I didn't really ask why. I was like, I'm with that.
Oh, I don't remember much. It's been a while.
I will say, if there's another Mystery Dungeon special with the new starters, as long as there's, I'm not calling it by its English names, it's Tsutaja and Mijimaru, we're probably going to do a one-shot of that.
Yeah,
And this is from Black and White, correct?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, so anyways, with that little introduction out of the way, just tell everybody out there in YouTube land a little bit of information about yourselves.
Okay, I guess I'll start. I'm Mugiwara Yoshi. I'm the one who created Sergeant Frog Abridged, and I'm the voice of Kero. And I decided to abridge Sergeant Frog because nobody else did. And I know that kind of sounds kind of dumb because if you go on YouTube, you can see like 5 million of them, but the thing is, they all suck.
And they're kind of our fault.
Yeah, just a little.
A few of them, anyway.
Cause like when I had the idea, I originally wanted to just watch one. Like I got into the original series and I was like, oh man, this is cool. And at the same time, I was really into a bridge series and whatnot. And so I was like, oh man, I bet there's like a Sergeant Frog Abridged. And then I look it up and there's like one, and it's by this Portuguese guy. And the reason why I don't think it worked is because it was by a Portuguese guy. The funny thing is though, after we made the Pokemon one, he wanted to do a Spanish dub, and we ended up being friends somehow, in a way. It's kind of awkward how that sort of thing works out. And so I decided, I'll do it. You know what? I'm gonna do Sergeant Frog. It's probably gonna suck donkey dick, but whatever. I'll give it a shot.
Well, speaking of seeing a bridge series before you actually came to work on your own, what would you guys say would be the one particular abridger or abridged series that you saw that got you started to want to actually create an abridged series?
Let's see. How can I say this without sounding mean?
Early on, probably Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, early on Yu-Gi-Oh! And Team 4-Star, and then, just used to, because their new episodes kind of suck. Just saying. Anyway.
There are very few abridged series nowadays that we like.
Yeah, I don't think I have any that I still watch. I think Pokemon Bridged, but I don't know. It's been forever.
Yeah, Yoshi and I kind of trade on which episodes of Pokemon Bridge we like, but that is the one series, if anything, that I still follow and enjoy.
Yeah, like I'm still subscribed to, Team 4-Star and Yu-Gi-Oh, but I just don't watch it. Like I'm supporting you guys, but
Not really.
just over here. I'm in the background. Just don't ignore me.
Well, there is probably a slim chance that they might actually watch this. Not saying they might, but, there's that possibility that they...
I can't imagine. They're gonna go and look at us. Oh, fuck those guys! The hell? Sergeant Frog is fucking gay! Nobody even what the fuck is that?
Oh, God. Alright, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and continue on. Since you already talked about, creating Sergeant Frog Bridge, what was the one big reason why you guys wanted to do the one-shot for Pokemon?
Fun.
Pretty much. That's it.
All right, and we'll move on to the next question. Anyways,
Going right through these, huh?
for particular advice for anyone that wants to do this sort of thing, what would you give that to people that are listening to this right now?
Well, I'd say if you're thinking of being the video editor, it helps to have had a few years of editing other things under your belt. Like before I started editing Sergeant Frog Abridged, I'd been making videos for the last 2, 3 years, and that definitely helped. Funnily enough, a lot of it was YouTube poops, which are the more spastic end of video editing. I found a middle ground. That certainly helps. It also helps to have some experience. I get just talking into a microphone because a lot of bridgers I've noticed, a lot of the younger ones, they do this thing you can only describe as whisper screaming.
My God.
I'm not sure if that's a result of a lack of experience in the microphone or just their environment that they're in. But being able to actually get your voice pretty loud certainly helps, and a bit of confidence and experience certainly brings that about.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I really hate when people, when they make it a Brit series and they're like falling. Like, are you hiding under your bed sheet or something? Do you not want people to see you? Like, you have to, you have to throw yourself out there. This is technically acting. I mean, it's voice acting, so you have to put it in there.
Acting is a thing you do have to work into. Even Yoshi took a little bit
Oh, yeah.
faster than most people.
Oh yeah, I'll admit when I started, I fucking sucked ass. You have no idea. I was like, hey guys, I didn't care.
But it is something overall that you really have to ease into and find your niche. So just take your time. Take your time and keep working at it.
Master for humor? Well, I find that kind of hard to describe because you have to sort of be naturally funny. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh my god, I'm the funniest thing ever. But you have to be somebody who actually can get people to laugh and not doing it for popularity. Not people who really suck and put in memes, I hate memes.
Well, I know it doesn't relate to memes in general, but references, what are your thoughts about using those in a certain way for your episodes?
For me, they're okay as long as it's not, as long as you don't turn it into Family Guy or something. Where it's like, oh, I read this article about Tiger Woods. Now let's put a Tiger Woods joke in it, like something like that. That's stupid. But if it's, let's see, how do I explain? And like again, it kind of goes to the whole. I'm just not really into the referential thing.
I've noticed there are different levels of references. Like there's name checking. I don't know if we've done it ourselves. Well, I guess we can go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Since they do practically everything. They have name checked Naruto Abridged, Team 4 Star to varying degrees of positiveness. And that's one kind of reference. Another is like taking a line or something and putting it in its own context. I guess overall, references, I prefer it if you write your own stuff, but I do know the more direct name checking or the more obvious fun poking gets on my nerves the most.
For example, like if you throw in a Ghost Nappa and you're trying to get a laugh out of it.
I think that's reached a more meme status.
Yeah, but still, it's sort of similar.
But yeah, subtlety in references works just about as well as subtlety in humor and everything.
What is one of your biggest pet peeves when it comes to recording?
Let's see, when people do the fake scream thing, we already said that. What about you, Thorn? What are yours?
If we're talking about recording ourselves, I don't know if you can hear it right now, but there are dogs outside.
Yeah,
they've been there for years.
It might just be me, but I can't hear them at the moment.
Yeah, you can.
I can. It's well, the dogs are the pet peeves of my life.
Yeah, I think it's like a big pet peeve for everybody else because I know they usually have a hard time working around with like family members and especially house pets.
Oh, and another thing I hate is when they record their lines with a really shitty microphone and they expect it to be good, and when there's absolutely no effort in acting whatsoever. Where it's like, oh, come on, Sarge, let's go to the candy shop. Okay, leave that in. That was good, Bill. Okay, next.